Well, Coach, this is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Let's go!
Let's go now. 60 yards.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Check, 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 check.
Hustle, get it.
On first down, it's Taylor, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You remember me? You remember me?
Hey, lock it.
Check three, check three, check three.
Let's go.
Here's Taylor. He'll have a first down past the 40. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. 48 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point attempt to follow here. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Makes the score Bears 7, Saints nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready.
Check 52 the money.
Ain't no such thing as a left.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Ready. Black 25.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring
The first down throw for Winston. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
First down, New Orleans.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you have a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And some room to work. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch up.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Ready. White 25. 52 right here. 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Let's go.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
First down, Saints.
Ready. White 25. 52. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 1st and 10, Winston. This into the hands of Marvin Hall, complete. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Winston. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller, his 2nd sack of the night.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 45-yard punt, and couple that with a loss on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Let's get it to go, team. Spell, bravo.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44, Mike.
Hard.
Hey, switch gears.
Let go.
Back to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Garyon Conley. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. And connecting here with DJ Shark. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ready? 2, 6, 1, 2. Coming to you, coming to you.
Early on first down with no blocking help there as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the Bears' 21-yard line.
Ready? Black 25 behind.
Winston to throw it this time. And, oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They go play action here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Hey, do. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep down the field, and that's caught inside the 35. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And he's got room. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready? Flag. What you got? 2 right here. You got nothing to do.
Jameis now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On second and 10, Winston. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To the air again with Winston. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Bears take over.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Todd Gurley, 68 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Taylor. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
60 or
53 is mine.
It's been a long day for you.
Check 50.
Look, squeeze.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Yep.
Check. Kill.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mike. Here we go.
5.
Check go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears have retaken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even insult the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So the defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
First down, Saints.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Let him know. Let him know.
Looking out of the gun, Winston. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Winston. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Ready.
Check back, check back.
30. 52, Mike.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley.
You ain't going nowhere.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Sort of interesting going with the draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough fourth down. On first and goal, Gurley. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but now it's third and goal.
It's third down and goal from the 5-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Third and goal, Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
44, Mike, 44. Look at me, zipper. Hey, Sam off. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
You're out. Watch the shift. Look at me. 5.
They'll drop to throw. Got some room at the 30. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Check 20.
Rock it.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 30.
Leo. Shoot.
They'll set up to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he finds Cook. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints have retaken the lead. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. Now this time he'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Wide open receiver complete. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. He got 29 yards that time. The 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about what they've just gotten done, and now feel really good about what's in front of them.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
To throw, Winston. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get in the field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this?
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
Let's get this. Down. 60 out now. Check, 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 check. 5.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it.